This would have been the summer of '86, somewhere around July, because G and I had been dating about 8-9 months at that point, and my friend Donnie had been dating G's friend Shannon probably since about March or April, because they went to prom together, so I know they had hit it off, a little bit before that anyway. But this would have been July-ish of '86. Donnie and I went to stay with G and Shannon at Shannon's river house out in Rappahannock on the Rappahannock River. Well, it's her mom's river house. So Linda, Shannon's mom, super fucking cool, man. And I'm not just saying that because she would let us drink over her house. And look, she wasn't casual about it, meaning that she knew that 18-year-olds were going to go out and have fun and get into mischief. She'd rather us be drinking in her house where she could control the environment versus going out and potentially drinking and driving, especially with her daughter in a car. So yeah, if we were over her house, she'd let us drink. If I had more than 2 beers, I wasn't going anywhere. I'd be cashing out on the couch while everybody else went to bed or whatever it was. I didn't do it very often, but she was just super cool that way. Well, look, in hindsight, if I were a parent, there's no way that I would have approved this. But they had, she was taking Shannon and G to spend the weekend at their river house, and she suggested that they invite Donnie and me and come stay the weekend. And I'm like, man, that's pretty fucking cool. She's a 40-something-year-old mom, and we're all 18, and she had to know what the weekend might consist of. Drinking, especially if she's going to let us drink, we're going to be promiscuous. But yeah, she invited us out there for the weekend. And it wasn't just that, not just letting us come out and spend the weekend out there, but she let us stay in the same bed. So I slept in the same bed with G, and Donnie slept in the same bed with Shannon, which was, crazy. Even for as cool as Linda was, that's a pretty interesting parenting dynamic, I guess. But anyway, so G, if you remember when I came, I forgot my bag that had my bathing suit, towel, some other shit in it. So I had to swim in my shorts. And I had those fucking black Jordan cotton things that every time I dove in, they were either coming off or falling down around my ankles. And then the other side of it, when I would get out of the water, they would cling body tight, cling to everything. And I had to be very conscious about that every time I got out of the water to kind of pull them away from my body, so that it, at least left some things to the imagination. And I remember once when I dove off the dock that was out on the water, they're like 30 yards out on the river. I got out and I wasn't thinking about it, and I laid down on the dock, and you quickly put your towel over top of me because, yeah, things were pretty obvious, and you wanted some things to remain between you and I. Didn't really want Shannon, her mom, Donnie, or anybody else seeing what I was made of. So you were pretty conscious about that. The other side of it, like I said, she let us sleep in the same bed. Here's the more embarrassing part of the weekend is that you and I were sleeping on that porch that they had that converted porch they turned into a bedroom, so it had the windows all around it. Those were opened up, breeze coming off the water, a little muggy but not too hot, and you and I just started going at it. It's something I really loved about you, something that you love to do for me, and you just honed right in, and I was just I was in love and loved what you were doing for me. And as the night wore on, we started doing some other things, and we got pretty vocal. Well, I'll say, I'm not trying to embarrass you, but you were more vocal than I was, but I was vocal too. But I remember Donnie and Shannon starting to giggle in the other room. I could hear them, and they were basically letting us know, we can hear you guys, shut the fuck up, or kind of keep it down. So we were a little conscious about that, and the windows were open. So anyway, we did our thing, and then the most embarrassing part of the weekend was at breakfast. And if you remember, we were at the breakfast table enjoying our eggs and bacon and orange juice, and Linda woke up and she walked out on the patio and looked right at us, looked right at you, and said, "Sounds like you guys enjoyed yourselves last night." She was letting us know in her wonderful way that her and her boyfriend could hear what you and I were doing. And you turned so red, so embarrassed. I was embarrassed too, but you had your head down. Shannon's laughing. Donnie's a little embarrassed for us, but Shannon was laughing. And but so what? You know, looking back, yeah, it was embarrassing, but you know, looking back at it, I really don't have a problem. I was in love with you, and you were in love with me, and we were enjoying each other. We were doing what young couples do, and you know, I guess in my way, I'm glad. Look, I was enjoying myself, and look, in my way, if you could enjoy yourself with me, I have no qualms about that. So just a great damn weekend altogether, and you know, cool of Linda and cool of Shannon, cool of you. Donnie and I had a great time. What a fucking great summer.